ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगीव यस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Verse 129. योगाभ्यासस्त्वेत्तदर्थः अमृतबिन्द्वादिषु श्रुतः एवं च दृष्टद्वारापि हेतुत्वाद् अन्यतो वरम्. So all the ideas which are given by the Vidyaranya Swami has a support in Shastra. So he introduced here yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Patanjali's Yoga Darshan. It's called Yoga Abhyasa. Ultimately, it's meant for Nirvikalpaka Samadhi. All the Vikalpas goes away, which could be the result of a Upasana. Even it could be a result of a Nirdhyasanam also, I told you. The mind has that ability to get absorbed into the object. Mind means the ahankara. Ahankara has a capacity to absorb into, the very meditator has a capacity to absorb into the object of meditation. And so same way here, so he talks about that Nirguna Upasana can lead ultimately to even Nirvikalpaka Samadhi. And it naturally, that is Nirvikalpak Samadhi only. And that he said in verse 128, Nirvikar asanga nitya saprakashaika purnataha buddhau jatidi shastrokta arohanti avivadataha. So, and before that in 127 also he said, Nirodhalabe pumsaha antarasangam vastu shishyate. Nirodhalabe, I told you, once you get this Nirvikalpaka Samadhi, etc., then definitely antaha asangam vastu shishyate. What is left is the Atma alone in Nirvikalpaka Samadhi. Puna puna vasite. And so if you do this again and again, this Nirguna Brahma Upasana, and your mind will be vasitam. Your mind will have impressions born of that. Vasana. It is Advaita Vasana. And therefore, Puna puna vasite asmin vakyat jayate. And then as well, definitely, ultimately, Mahavakya will, Shravanam becomes very effective. And jayate, tattva dihi, tattva jnanam, brahma jnanam, or the knowledge of the self arises. So that he said like that. And for that, what he discussed. So he said, well, what I am saying has a basis in Amrita Bindu Upanishad, Brahma Bindu Upanishad, etc. And and so that is a criteria. But evam cha drishtadvarapi hetutvad anyataha varam. So there is other meditation, means Nirguna Brahma Upasana instead Saguna Brahma Upasana. And then what is varam? What is a better in this? Saguna Brahma Upasana is better or Nirguna Brahma Upasana is better? No. Nirguna Brahma Upasana is better. Saguna Brahma Upasana and Karma Yoga also, both can make your Shravanam effective, definitely. Because it will generate punyam. Even Karma Yoga generates punyam. naturally, because your actions are satvikam, and definitely it's a reaching out action, so it will generate punyam. Mimamsakas doesn't believe like this. They say, well, you will keep away pratyavaya. So, well, means you will not gain papam. So, but we say, no, no, no. If you do any karma phala has to be produced, and so punyam will be generated. And well, of course, when you do upasana also, japa, etc., both of them ultimately help you for making your shravanam effective. That's all there. And therefore, that is helping in gaining adrishtam. Now I introduce this verse because he is saying evam cha drishtadvarapi. So, to make a difference between Saguna Brahma Upasana and Nirguna Brahma Upasana. First, in one way, they both are similar. In what is the similarity? They make Shravanam effective. So, let us keep aside Karma Yoga. Saguna Brahma Upasana and Nirguna Brahma Upasana. Saguna Brahma Upasana also gives you focusing capacity, it will generate Punyam also, naturally. And therefore, even if in Saguna Brahma Upasana, let me give something more. Saguna Brahma Upasana, it is called concentration meditation basically. And I'm going little away from what we are discussing now, little away. Between Karma Yoga and Saguna Brahma Upasana, Karma Yoga and Upasana, which is the primary subject matter of the Puru Bhaga of the Veda. So there are rituals described, at the same time meditations on the deity of the particular ritual also is required, and that to enhance the result of your karma, to gain a desirable result. Well, definitely it helps. Independent upasanas are also there, and well, so combined together, karma yoga and upasana definitely generates punyam. In that karma yoga, etc., well, which can be a worship, which can be a chanting of the verses, etc., stotra, etc., in singing the praise of the Ishvara, well, will generate more punyam compared to the meditations, mantra japa. So, when you compare these different sadhanams in Saguna Brahma worship, Ishvara worship, Brahman with attributes, basically. Saguna, Nirguna. Anyway, there is one Ishvara, that's it. All attributes are also ultimately Brahman alone, nothing else is there. But anyway, so Brahman with attributes and Brahman without attributes. And really speaking, it's not a vision of the Shastra. Vision of the Shastra is this: what is there is Ishvara. Ultimately, that is the vision. That is vision. This is all Saguna Brahman, Aguna, Nirguna Brahman. This is like whether potato is better or this bhaji is better. What is that? People keep on asking like that. And in Gujarat, this is very common. But anyway, what I want to say is, in a worshipping Ishvara through your karma will be a karma yoga only. In that there is a tartamya. There is basically karma yoga generates more punyam, worship, etc. Puja also generates more punyam compared to the meditation on a given form of Ishvara, Saguna Brahma Dhyanam or Upasana. Yeah. But compared to now Saguna Brahma Upasana and Nirguna Brahma Upasana, and that, of course, that will make effective Shravanam, that is fine. One gains punyam, one gains a focusing capacity, and that will get, the obstacles will be definitely are overcome. And so your Shravanam of Mahavakya, etc., becomes effective. But now between Saguna Brahma Upasana and Nirguna Brahma Upasana, well, here, even though there is a similarity of making your Shravanam effective, both has a capacity, but Saguna Brahma Upasana generates adrishtam. And when we are comparing these two, and gives a focusing capacity also. But compared to that, Nirguna Brahma Upasana generates Drishtaphalam, which is even closer to the Advaita Jnana. How? Well, Because Saguna Brahma Upasana, if you do, well, definitely you gain a focusing capacity, that's a Drashta Phalam. But Dvaita Buddhi will be in fact enhanced. Ishvara is different, I am different. I want His grace, etc. And therefore, there is no way it is very near to the Jnanam, Advaita Jnanam. No, no way. Therefore, so we say compared to Saguna Brahma Upasana, let it generate adrishtam, let it generate little drishtaphalam also in terms of giving you certain focusing capacity which you can experience. Well, after doing upasana for a long time, now I have more focusing capacity. It's your own anubhava. That's fine. But Nirguna Brahma Upasana, well, is generating vasana, Advaita Vasana. You are repeating again and again and again. Whatever your mind repeats, one thing is there, your unconscious is changing. Your vasanas are changing. And here you are generating Advaita Vasana. So better take an advantage of the time which is given to you. Just keep repeating. I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. There is no effort on any part, just to repeat. There is no effort. You have not to understand. To understand means one has to go to Shravanam. I am Brahman, that is Mahavakya. It is, no, but I am Brahman, I don't understand. That is why we are saying do Nirguna Brahma Upasana. Otherwise, there is no need. That's what he is going to tell. So let us make all these things very clear. Nirguna Brahma Upasana definitely it generates this Drishtaphalam. That's what he is saying. Drishtaphalam also is there. Aham Brahmasmi, we have already said. Aham Brahmasmi, of course, well, it is prescribed by the Shastra, and therefore, if you do it, it will generate punya. It's a vidhi. So vidhi Shastra means if Shastra says you do this, and if you do it, it will generate punya, and therefore punyam is there. But the biggest thing is this Drishtaphalam, which is your mind is basically vasitam, is fragrant now, has a samskara of Advaita samskara. I am Brahman, I am Brahman. More you repeat, more your mind becomes pakvam, more your mind is ripened with this samskara, which is very close to the jnana. So then you go to the Mahavakya Shravanam, and it will become very effective, gives you the clarity. You will accept it. Earlier you were not accepting that I am Brahman. You listened. Nirguna Brahma Upasana is not possible without Shravanam. At least little exposure to Vedanta is there, where you know that, well, Shastra says I am Brahman. Well, I am not able to appreciate it, everything. And therefore, Saguna Brahma Upasaka need not have exposure to Vedanta. Need not. I may have an exposure, but well, since he is not ready, well, definitely he is not able to understand it at all. This person, Nirguna Brahma Upasaka, may be able to understand, but yet not able to accept it as a fact. But because of this, the Advaita Vasanas which are generated by just repeating, keep repeating, Aham Brahmasmi, whenever you are free, keep doing it. And let's not ignore it, and especially coming to the, let me wait, he's going to say something in 130th verse also. So well, so we should understand the benefit of everything. So Nirguna Brahma Upasana is much better. Evam Drishtadvara pi hetutvat. Drishtadvara, Drishtaphalam dvara. Which Drishtaphalam? Advaita Vasana. Dwara hetutvat. This becomes a hetu. Well, in order to do that, well, anyataha varam, compared to that other, what is that? Saguna Brahma Upasana, varam, better. So this is how we should understand. And then, well, in fact, so-called worships, especially the way, what is what is has been given as an injunction by the Veda. Either it is a Sandhya Vandanam, either you go to Mahanarayana Upanishad where there are many suktas. Ultimately, this thing is there. And in Sandhya Vandanam, very well, the people who have done out of you, I don't know, but the people who have done Sandhya Vandanam, there is one thing is there in that Asavadityo Brahma, Brahmaiva Ahamasmi. This Adityam which I am worshipping as the object of meditation in this through Gayatri, well, is Brahman. And that's fine. Adityam is Brahman, that's fine. No, 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 no. Brahmaiva Ahamasmi. So the object of meditation is ultimately myself. And this is told to a 7-year-old boy after Upanayana. Gayatri Brahmopadesha. So you give a Gayatri mantra and you teach all these mantras. Sandhya mantra which was there even in the Mahanarayana Upanishad also. Independent books are also there. Bharati Vidya Bhavan has published. Point is ultimately, so you are teaching to even boy who is going to worship Savitru Devata, will be meditating through Gayatri mantra, he is going to do japa. Well, in him also, he is not going to understand anything. But he keeps repeating every day when he does Sandhya Vandanam at least once or twice a day. I Prata Sandhya and Sayam Sandhya especially. Madhyanikam generally people are not available. So that is there. In Agamarshana Suktam also, there is Agamarshana. Agam means a papam. Marshanam means destroying. That is Agamarshana Sukta. It's also in Mahanarayana Upanishad. And that is meant when you are taking bath. When you take a bath, you are inviting Varuna Devata in the Jalam and praying to Varuna that, I want to get rid of all the papas which I did yesterday, during a day and during night, etc. I want to get rid of it. And so that is a prayer. And one of my friend, in that bath cabinet, on the one side, he has posted it, literally, and with the plastic, etc., so it won't get wet. He has put it. So daily, while taking a bath, he chants it also. Yeah, in Michigan. Point is, there are people who do it. In such a Agamarshana Sukta, where you are invoking a grace of Varuna, etc., in order to get rid of papam of previous day and night, whatever, there also this is there. Advaita mantras are there. What is that? Adram Jolati Jyotiram Ahamasmi. Jyotir Jolati Brahma Ahamasmi. Yohamasmi Brahma Ahamasmi. Ahamasmi Brahmasmi. Ahameva Aham Mam Juhomi. Swaha. Ahameva Aham Mam Juhomi. I am Juhomi. Well, I'm offering myself into Aham. I'm offering myself means Ahankara. I'm offering myself to Aham, which is Brahman. Because before that it is said Ahamasmi Brahma Ahamasmi. Ahameva Asmi Brahma Ahamasmi, etc. etc. And so Yo Ahamasmi Brahma Ahamasmi. My God. So that shows very clearly that Shastra also wants that value slowly shift to worship, which has a non-duality as a base. Especially when you come to Vedanta, then you should see that this type of worship, meditation, etc., has a more place compared to other things, because other things, well, definitely gives more reality to the duality, goes against the teaching. Teacher teaches one thing in the class, and even if you are a very religious person and doing worship, etc., well, you basically keep this thing in your mind. He is one who will give a grace, etc., will shower a grace on me. I am very different from me, etc. I am different from him, etc. That will continue. That's not good. That's how in verse 130 he said something. Upekshya tatta tirtha yatram japadīneva kurvatam pindam samutsrujya karam ledhiti nyaya apatet. So he is giving a practical solution to the students. Of course, that the Shravanam is not effective, not able to generate. Effectiveness means it should give you immediate knowledge. You are immediate and you have a knowledge of yourself as an immediate. You don't, it's not that you don't know yourself. You know yourself, but no, you know it wrongly. That's the criteria. No one says that I don't know myself. In fact, so you know you are there. Your existence is known to you. Everything is known to you. It's not. So I am aparoksha, I came to know. No, no, no. That's not correct. That's not correct. You are immediate when everything is away, an object of your knowledge. It's very clear. Vedanta has no role to play there. But that aparoksha, I, the Atma, while you don't have adequate knowledge, and in absence of the adequate knowledge of a given thing, well, the self, you have a various complexes about yourself, notions about yourself, errors about yourself, and those errors also you can keep. We have so much of inadequate knowledge of the world, and so we have errors also, so much, and but they really don't bring a samsara. What is centered on I, and if you have an inadequate knowledge of that self, definitely it is going to create a problem, because it is generating all complexes, and in all complexes one thing is very certain, and that is I am a samsari. That's it. I am subject to death. I am subject to birth and death. I am subject to punya papam. I am subject to various limitations, etc. And that is haunting the person's mind. And therefore, definitely, knowing the self in reality, which is free from samsara, helps the person. So, person who comes to Vedanta initially also may be doing all this karma yoga, etc., for a sadhan chatushte sampatti, gaining sadhan chatushte sampatti, or even little bit meditation, mantra japa is good. But if you have studying now since for many years, and still you continue with the Dvaita Upasana and all this, perhaps it's going against. That's what Vidyaranya's emphasis here. So he says, upeksha tatta tirtha yatram. So, tatta tirtha yatram upeksha, japadi neva. The japa, etc., saguna brahma upasana, mantra japa, etc., or the tirtha yatra, various pilgrimages and all, well, kurvata, you are doing that and avoiding, never you do this, you just don't like the idea of this aham brahmasmi. Just, teacher is telling you just to repeat, just repetition, not even having any kind of an understanding. Don't worry, just repeat aham brahmasmi, aham brahmasmi. You don't want to do that, and you want to do tirtha yatra, you want to do mantra japa, om namah shivaya, etc. There is nothing wrong in that, but that is not helping you in any way for your knowledge in Vedanta. So, well, definitely, so it will give a certain punyam. That's fine, but compared to that, this is really good. So he gives a nyaya here. Pindam samutsrujya karam lady. Pindam is a laddu. Yeah, Tirupati laddu. Somebody has given you laddu, and samutsrujya. Well, somebody has given you laddu and you give it to someone, or you leave it, and then whatever few particles of that laddu are there on the hand, and you lady, you are leaking that. Well, I have given you the laddu, you should take that laddu instead now, or you have given up the laddu, and whatever particles are there you are just leaking. Iti nyayam apate. It is like that. So Nirguna Brahma Upasana is very much like a laddu, and you are giving it up, or you are not at all picking it up, and now whatever is left over, you are, means all this Saguna Brahma Upasana, Karma Yoga, etc., you keep doing it, Tirtha Yatra, you keep doing it, and never pay attention to this laddu. Well, this kind of a thing will happen. That's what he says here. So we feel it is too much. But this is how it is. He wants that your mind should be slowly get saturated with a vasana aham brahmasmi. Well, if that is there, then when you really expose yourself to the teaching, Shravanam, etc., then, well, then Mahavakya is going to be, that listening of Mahavakya, the analysis of the Mahavakya will be very, very effective to you. That's what he wants to convey. So, verse 130. Swamiji, when it is going to be over? We are tired of that. Yeah, don't worry. Laddu is coming. 10th chapter, where I am witness, I am sakshi, etc. is going to reveal. But before that, you start doing this so that that will be very, very effective for you. So this is good what is going on. Verse 131. उपासकानामप्येवं विचारत्यागतो यदि बाणं तस्माद् विचारस्य असंभवे योगयोगीरितः. So, when this much was said, student asked the question. Then, this is nice compared to Saguna Brahma Upasana, this is better, compared to Tirtha Yatra, this is better, compared to Mantra Japas, etc., this is better. Good. And but this Nirguna Brahma Upasana, is it not even this kind of a particle in the hand compared to the laddu called Shravanam? Or you say, no, compared to even Shravanam, this Nirguna Brahma Upasana is like a laddu. And doing Shravanam is like a, remaining particles of that laddu in the hand and leaking. Is it like that? Or Nirguna Brahma Upasana is just particles of your laddu in the hand, and Shravanam is a modaka. What is true? So he says here, upasakanam api eva evam. Upasakanam api evam. Evam means what? What are the sweet particles of the sweet? What are the particles of the sweet which person just leaks, and what is laddu? So evam means that this is the karam lady. I mean, the pindam utsrujya karam lady. That's a nyaya. Is applicable now for to Nirguna Brahma Upasana or not? That is the criteria. Upasakanam api, Nirguna Brahma Upasana also is like licking the hand. Vichara tyagataha. If you give up the vichara, the analysis of the Mahavakya called Shravanam, and keep on doing this Upasana, Nirguna Brahma Upasana, yadi, if person is doing, Siddhanti says, Badham, yes, true. Your question is very legitimate, your doubt is very legitimate. Nirguna Brahma Upasana is basically like a supplement, like a food supplement, which doctors prescribe sometime. So definitely, and so that's a supplementary to the food. If somebody says, I am taking this now tablet and I have given up the food, then that is not correct. It's a foolishness. Therefore, vicharasya asambhave. When vichara, etc., you are not able to analyze. Even in keeping with the teaching, when teacher is telling, you definitely deviate there itself. Ultimately, this is one thing is there. Not coming in contact with the Shastra is papam. Coming in contact with the Shastra and yet not able to understand, papam. Coming in the contact with the Shastra, able to understand but not able to accept it as a fact, papam. It's all the way papam. Because you are going to miss the opportunity, which is too big. The loss is infinite. Please remember Pujya Swamiji's word. Loss is infinite. And if loss is infinite, and then Bhagavan says, I'll give you one more opportunity. But the very opportunity itself is papa. Yeah. Because once you take a birth, then it is not easy. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha dosha anudarshanam. The opportunity already is there, and now you are adult. And you are able to understand, figure it out, everything. And you are doing this kind of a discrimination. Child cannot do. We can understand very well. Unless it is a prodigy or something. But otherwise, a normal person, when he becomes adult, he is able to understand all these things. And you miss the opportunity. Then Bhagavan gives the opportunity by itself is a papam. The very janma is a papam. Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, dukkha, dosha, anudarshana. So let's utilize the opportunity. So, vicharasya asambhave. Of course, person doesn't able to understand. He came in contact with the teaching and he's not able to understand, or able to understand but not able to accept as a fact. Then definitely yogaha iritaha. Yogaha means this upasana, Nirguna Brahma upasana is iritaha. Well, he has been presented, Vidyarnya says, Siddhanti says, by me for that purpose. So, but how do I know whether my listening to the Shastra, my analysis to the Shastra is, or the teaching is effective or deficient? How will I know? Well, we have already told, if you understand the Mahavakya and you don't have any difficulty in claiming slowly that yes, I am free to take myself as a bound, to take myself as an individual, as a reality, is a mistake. If you are able to say that, well, keep doing Shravanam. Keep doing Shravanam. Yeah. Means you are in a right path. Totally. You are able to understand that the sense of individuality is not right. I am not an individual. I am not a human being. I am not a human being. I am not this body, etc. So, well, it is occurring, that's fine. But there is a reason. There is a reason that it's old habit, etc., habitual error. Well, that for that Nididhyasanam is there. But such a person doesn't require Nirguna Brahma Upasana. Nididhyasanam is required because of that, to remove the error. He knows it is error, but the error keeps coming. Then definitely it's a question of an orientation. Well, definitely you through Nididhyasanam, well, you remove that error. So, Nididhyasanam also, frankly speaking, even between Nirguna Brahma Upasana and Nididhyasanam also, one thing is common, and that is that both of them make the Shravanam effective. Yeah. Nididhyasanam also ultimately makes your Shravanam effective, your knowledge effective, able to give you the Jnana Phalam. Now, no more error. You have owned up totally that I am Brahman. Nirguna Brahma Upasana also makes it effective to understand that it is a fact that I am Brahman. Nididhyasana Karta also makes the Shravanam effective, but it is not that he doesn't accept it as a fact. He accepts it as a fact that I am Brahman. But there is an error committed. Please understand all these differences. Somebody asked me that Swamiji, Nirguna Brahma Upasana one does and one does Nididhyasanam. I don't find any difference. There is a big difference. The similarities both make the Shravanam effective, but one is definitely not able to accept it as a fact. Even though he has listened, I am Brahman, but he is not able to accept that I am Brahman or I am free. That's not the criteria with the Nididhyasana Karta. He is very clear. He accepts it that I am Brahman and I am free. But that error, that orientation occurs, and he is in a process to remove that error. Old habit. So that basically, and whenever such thought occurs that I am a body, etc., he doesn't take it as that, well, oh, whether I'm a human being, I'm an individual, or I am a Brahman. That itself is a doubtful for me. No. That will not be with the Nididhyasana Karta. No. That is with this Upasaka. Yeah. That is why he is doing Upasana, because he has an obstacle, not able to understand. I hope I have made it clear. In case if you have a difficulty, please ask me the question. So here, when can I say that Swamiji, now what I am listening is effective or deficient? Well, if you are able to understand that the sense of individuality is an error, whereas I am Brahman, I am free is a fact. It's already accomplished fact, etc. If you have understood even this much, keep listening. Keep listening till you will definitely own it up. And Nididhyasanam also you do later. So that or Shravanam, Nididhyasanam keep doing, or make the Shravanam itself as a Nididhyasanam. We have discussed all these things. So that's then you need not have to come to this Nirguna Brahma Upasana. No. Then in that case, if you still keep doing Nirguna Brahma Upasana, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, but you have understood now, don't keep on repeating like this. Then it will be a Karam lady. then there are few particles of the sweet you are really speaking, you are no, you are leaking. You already have a laddu. Please enjoy the laddu, Tirupati laddu. Okay, so these are various aspects of the this kind of discussion is nowhere there in Bhashyam, no Upanishad Bhashyam, no other Prakarana Granthas, because and this is a very core issue with the students. This is a very core issue. Several types of doubts are there. Several types of. And he's threadbare everything analyzing. That is with the idea. So, if I understand well, basically, then this that I am free, yeah, I am able to understand that I am free, then you are definitely, understanding your reality. Definitely you are understanding the reality, that you are appreciating your consciousness. Yeah, then only you are able to say, yes, I am free. And then this definitely, this Buddhihatma Buddhi, etc. is there, but that will be taken care of in a further Shravanam. That's fine. And the asanam will now remove even that error also, the Hatma Buddhi, etc., habitual error, you will remove it. So Vichara is that way sufficient. Samadhi Brahma can convert into Brahma. Well, earlier, person might have done Nirguna Brahma Upasana, then do Shravanam, and he finds now it is effective, he is able to accept it as a fact, etc., then ultimately converts into Brahma. Samadhi Brahma becomes Brahma. That is how it is. Verse 132. Bahuvyakula chittanam vicharat tattvadhir nahi yogo mukhyastastesham dhidarpastena nashyati. So, we said Aham Brahmasmi Upasana, etc. is a supplement dose of medicine. So, well, definitely you should take the food. You cannot, it's not an alternate for the food. So, it is required when Vichara is not efficient, etc. Shravanam is not effective. So, and ultimately the cause is Sadhana Chatushtaya deficiency, etc. Sadhana Chatushtaya deficiency also due to some obstacles, drashta and adrishta both. And so how do we measure or understand that what are the indication of Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti deficiency, etc.? Well, he says that indication is varieties of the mental preoccupation. Bahu Vyakula Chittana. Vyakula means preoccupied. Chittam, mind. Mind which is preoccupied Bahu at various places. And one of the Acharyas says that our mind is preoccupied with the 5 things. One or other. Sometimes your mind is preoccupied with your possessions. Sometimes your mind is preoccupied centered on family. Sometimes your mind is preoccupied with your profession. Even in profession you have, now you have retired. But compared to that profession, maybe medicine or any field, sometimes that profession also occupies your mind, even if it is you are not practicing right now. Sometimes it may happen so. Or occupations are possible based on your body, mind, senses. So these are all various types of occupation. This is called, and such a preoccupied mind is called Bahuvyakula Chitta. So mind is, that shows mind is not available, or available, partially available. So Bahuvyakula Chittam, preoccupied mind, means Ahankara is dominating because of varieties of the problem everywhere. Mind is occupied, centered on possessions, Ahankara. Individual has a worry about his occupation. As a Brahman, where is a worry? Anyway, then family centered, Ahankara. Profession centered, Ahankara. Or body mind centered, senses centered, definitely Ahankara. Identifying with that. So definitely it's a Ahankara is dominating because of varieties of the problems. And when everything goes well for the Ahankara, means everything is externally favorable, etc. for Ahankara, then then we don't find the presence of ahankara much. But especially when things are not favorable, either in terms of possessions or a family, some problem, or a profession, or because our bodies, has is not, I mean, is not healthy, etc., or the mind, then definitely this ahankara becomes ahankara worries, ahankara becomes prudent. Yeah, after some half an hour. So, um, anyway, so this is, I mean, sufficient mental freedom is not there. When ahankara is predominant, then definitely all these things, either any of the preoccupation will be there. Then inquiry into Vedanta is not, mind is not available or partially available. Anyway, so bahuvakula chittanam vicharat tattvadihi nahi. Tattvadihi nahi. Tattvadi means tattva jnanam. Knowledge will not fructify for such a person. And so, and then says yogoha mukhyaha tataha tesham. For such people, yoga, upasana, nirguna brahma upasana is basically is mukhya, means that should be predominant for such a person. Tesham dhihi darpatvena nashyati. And dhihi di darpaha. That's why here di darpaha means all these preoccupations goes away, of the mind calms down. So that alone is expressed in the form of a even uparama also, uparati, reduction of the preoccupations. Vidyananda has discussed this problem even before in chapter 6, between verse 276 to 286. I will just read for you few things in that. Yeah. It says in verse 276 in chapter number 6, वैराग्य बोध उपरमः सहायाः ते परस्परं प्रायेण सह वर्तन्ते वियुज्यन्ते क्वचित् क्वचित्. So vairagyam helps jnanam. Then if jnanam also arises now, then helps for gaining more vairagyam. Then he says vairagya bodha uparamaha, preoccupations. So you will find even that if preoccupations are less, the knowledge becomes effective, the shravanam becomes effective, analysis, vichara becomes effective. And when vichara becomes effective, your mind will now remain engaged with that. Then preoccupations also will be less. So, parasparam sahayaha, they all are helping each other. So, definitely here he mentions about this, that this yoga, basically nirguna brahma upasana, etc., and even ultimately mind even gets absorbed into that, is very, very useful. Definitely that will not give knowledge, but gives you this mind which is free from preoccupation. Then person again listens to Shastra and he will gain jnana. So that is what said here. Verse 133. अव्याकुलदीयां मोहमात् अव्याकुलदीयां मोहमात्रेणाच्छादितात्मनां सांख्यनामा विचारस्यात् मुख्यो झटिति सिद्धिदः. So now compared to this bahuvyakula chittam, person who has this kind of a preoccupation at various things, on various things, well, compared to that, there are people, fortunate people, who are opposite of this previous one, that he is saying avyakula diyam. So basically their minds are not much preoccupied, and due to, well, purvajanma punyam or previous life homework, well, definitely all this pancha anatma, sometimes it happens sometimes it happens that they are not there for you to get preoccupied. Some of them, people may have a less possessions, less preoccupation. So sometimes, you know what, sometimes certain things become like a sharp. We feel that more, we generally consider a person very fortunate who has more possessions. But really speaking, from the Shastra standpoint, that's how Shastra standpoint, even Punyam also is an obstacle. Punya and Papa is obstacle, we say. But Vedanta says even Punyam is obstacle. Due to Punyam, sometimes certain things you get, and which will bring a lot of external comfort. But at the same time, you have a worries about all these possessions also. So that way it becomes obstacle, and therefore, so basically, if possessions are less in your life, it may be some punyam also, we can say that way. So, our family is not there, or maybe family is quite small. Sometimes you are having a small family. Sometimes you are born in a large family. I'm just saying anything independently of, I mean, not referring to anybody here, please. But we are seeing this kind of things in the society. So the person is having a very least family members. So then definitely less issues, etc. And preoccupation also is less. So basically, the preoccupation is less due to some change. So avyakula dhiyam. So there are people, well, who have free from or who have less problems at an individual level, adhyatmic level, who have less problems from the surroundings, family, etc., adhibhautikam, or who may have less problems from adhidaiva, maybe. So, well, for such people, mohamatrena achadita atmanam, their only problem is what? Mohamatrena, due to ignorance, atma achadita atmanam. So, whose atma has been covered due to ignorance. Their only problem is atma jnana. Avarana shakti is there. So, we should understand this avarana, there is no cover. There is no cover on atma. There is nothing which can cover atma, and there is nothing other than atma which can cover. So, there is no cover to cover the atma, basically. So that is very beautifully said in Vedanta Sara, that the very cloud which covers this sun, really speaking, cloud doesn't cover the sun. Cloud cannot cover the sun. Cloud is seen in fact in the sunlight, and therefore cloud cannot cover. Cloud only covers our vision of the sun. So here also we say this ajnanam, avarana shakti, etc. But avarana shakti is mithya. Any mithya thing cannot affect anything which is satya, because it's not there. The sarpa, the snake, cannot cover the rope. If snake covers the rope, you have to literally, physically remove the snake in order to see the rope, which is not there at all. So, the fact that the ajnanam is there, but we should understand the very ajnanam shines and exists in same consciousness. Anyway, so when you understand like this, you will not see it as a very big obstacle kind of thing. You feel that there is ajnanam which really covers the self, etc. That is not true at all. So achadita atma, achadita means concealed here. So basically, mohamatra and achadita atma, where there is a self ignorance, but there are no other preoccupations. Then and for such a person, vicharaha syat, well, then he need not do even Nirguna Brahma Upasana also. Yoga is not required, mind is clean, suppose, because not preoccupied. Vicharaha syat, well, they should do Shravanam and Mananam. And that is, here it is said as a Sankyam. Sankyam you know very well. Sankhya Nama. So Sankyam iti Nama yasya vicharasya iti Sankhya Nama vicharaha. Sankhya Nama vicharaha. So that is means this Shravana and Manam, which is called Sankyam, that alone is a Mukhya Sadhanam for them, not Yogaha Mukhya. Yogaha Mukhya for the people who are very preoccupied, whose mind is not available for Shravana Mananam. That's an obstacle. Well, that can be taken care of by this Upasana. But for such people, Vicharaha Mukhya. Well, basically, this Shravana Mananam is the Mukhya Sadhanam to gain knowledge. They need not do even Nirguna Brahma Upasana. So he is very open. You can see here, there is no emphasis, on given thing. Only he wants to show the importance of a given sadhana. Jatiti siddhidaha. Well, it gives the result. Jatiti means quickly. since his mind is not occupied at many places due to Purvajanma Punya or whatever situations, then definitely yoga is amukhyam for him, gaunam. But they should concentrate on vichara. Chatiri siddhida, siddhim dadati. That Shravanam will give him a quick result, gives him a jnanam and moksha. Verse 134. Yat sankhyev prapyate sthanam tadyogairapi gamyate ekam sankhyam cha yogam cha yah pashyati sa pashyati. So we have two types of students now. One is who is mentioned in 132, bahuvyakula chittam, and several preoccupations, and in verse 33, well, who has not many preoccupations. And in any given class, both the types of students are there at all times. We are not here to judge others. Either we are falling in either of these two categories. That's what it means. So Shastra admits there are two types of students. And Shastra itself designs sadhanam accordingly. The people who are basically the students who are fit for Shravanam, for analysis, and there are students who are fit for yoga, for the upasana. What is the difference between them? Well, this Sankhya Pradhana Shrota, well, this Shravanam and the people who can commit themselves to just vichara, they does not require a separate practice of Nirguna Brahma, upasana, etc. And even if it does, it doesn't benefit them much. Whereas other type of students, well, for them, Mahavakya Shravanam becomes Gaunam actually, and they should do as much as this upasana they can do, etc. So the Yoga Pradhana Shrota. So this is said here when they require meditation, etc. And further we'll discuss on Friday. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.